Yeah, well, while I pull it up, do you want to explain what's happening with his Brandon Schaub's new special?
So Brendan Schaub, who is one of Joe Rogan's toys,
Speaking
he just recently came out with a new
speaking of-
special. New special. What he's got called "You'd Be Surprised."
Now,
It's sitting right now at a whopping 2.9 on IMDb. 2.9, folks. 2.9.
Brandon Schaub has a 2.9 on IMDb. Now, what is this that you posted? This "Let's Help Brendan Out" letter from our CEO. Now, who's CEO?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's now up to 3.2 because of this thing you're about to point out.
Okay, so who posted this?
So Brendan Schaub, I guess, co-owns some kind of CBD oil shill company. They all do. They all got something
Yeah.
for shilling. So Brendan Schaub, I guess his partner, decided that, I don't know how it worked, but I do know this. I do know that Brendan Schaub put a special out called "You'd Be Surprised." It was at 2.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Everybody's been shitting on it. And it's not just people, because the only people I know that hate Brendan Schaub are us and the Red Bar audience. I don't know anybody that really finds him like particularly offensive enough to go after him.
I've never found him funny.
But I mean like offensive to their senses. Like nobody's like, oh, I fucking hate Brendan Schaub. So he sort of coasted through all this time by being just so unremarkable that nobody really picked up on him. But he came out with this special. It has been universally shit on. Everyone hates it. So Red Bar picked up on it. And I saw in their group that it wasn't doing well. But I looked at the amount of votes. It's not Mike David's fans that made this thing bomb. Like it's a 2.9 with like almost 1,000 votes on IMDb.
Yeah, no,
which means
that's legit.
That is people going, ooh, this was terrible. I'm going to go give it 1 star. So the other day, this came out. This is the guy that I guess actually owns the company, the CBD oil company. Because, like the Rogans, Rogan's not showing up to board meetings for On It. Like, you know what I mean? They
Of course not.
slapped his name on it and he gets big fat checks. This is sort of the deal with Brendan. So he's got this CBD oil thing. So this apparently is the CEO of the CBD oil company shilling for Schaub's special on Reddit and begging people to, here, I'll just read it. It says, let's show our support for Brendan. As you all know, my business partner, Brendan Schaub, debuted his comedy special on Showtime earlier this month. You all showed up in force when my company ran a sale in honor of the debut. Today, I'm asking our customers and the entire The Fighter and the Kid Army. I hate when they say army. You're not a nation state.
Yucky.
The Fighter and the Kid Army, to help us support this special. Today through the end of the week, if you follow the link below and leave the kind of review Brendan deserves for You'd Be Surprised, you will receive a one-time coupon for 50% off your entire Pure Spectrum order. They're bribing. So the company that Brendan Schaub owns a piece of, and I don't think the CEO can. I think Brendan went to him and was like, I need a fucking bailout here. So they're giving 50% off their products. They're giving shit away, basically, just to try to combat the bad reviews on IMDb.
Do you want to see? We're going to play the thing you played. Do you want to see? This is a little promo clip that's on YouTube.
I bet it's good.
So it's a trailer, so we're allowed to play this. So let's. This is for his special. I haven't seen this. This is 100% haven't seen this.
So I'm doing
Back up a bit here so we get. Okay.
time. I just can't become a pothead overnight. I need to talk to some experts. So I'm doing a podcast.
I need to talk to
He can't speak.
He's big tongue, like he has a big tongue in his mouth or something.
Yeah, and he's got I think he's got like an underbite type thing.
Yeah. Okay, but let's actually try to give it a chance. I haven't seen this, so this is 100% as we haven't seen this.
With Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan, and Eddie Bravo.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I know I probably guys play the clip. You are using the coattails you rode to do a stand-up bit.
I want to point out this is the trailer.
This is the trailer.
For
Yes.
his special.
Yes.
He has name dropped Eddie Bravo, Joey Diaz, and Joe Rogan in the first 11 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately. And by the way, that is, if you go to IMDb, most of the bad reviews that you see on Reddit and everywhere, it's people saying, it's just name dropping in stories. Like people saying basically like, yeah, if I met Brendan Schaub at a bar, this would be kind of cool.
Right.
But it's not a special. There's no jokes.
Well,
Tell the boys my recent discovery of marijuana can help with my brain. This is what happens next.
This
Joey
what-
Diaz slides across.
This what happened next. Does he really talk like that? Like a retard?
Me a gummy Death Star. It's a rhinoceros tranquilizer. I had no freaking clue. I had no idea. And Joey Diaz goes, cocksucker, just fucking eat half, I guess. Beat the whole thing on the fucking Pluto.
He doesn't
That's
yell,
a
though.
That's a terrible Joey Diaz.
When does Joey Diaz ever yell like that?
Never.
It's always like,
Hey kid, do me a favor. Take yourself a fucking. You ain't a real fucking pothead. You have some of these stars of fucking that kid. You take like fucking 3 of those. You know what I'm saying? You go find some like girl. You fucking eat her ass out like real fucking. You know, on the beach where you get the fucking, where you got like fucking sand in her ass crack and you fucking get it in your teeth and shit. You know what I'm fucking saying, kid? You get it? Hey, where's the fucking fat Jew guy I always got on my show?
Relax, Joey. Pluto, chill, man. Mama didn't raise no quitter. I ate the whole goddamn star. I've never seen sheer panic on Joe Rogan's face before. He was like this. Fuck, why? Why? And I look over at Eddie Bravo's face. He's like this.
why is it?
So this guy's
So
special.
they made a Coke Logic cartoon for his special,
Yeah, apparently.
and the whole thing is just. I'm going to tell you about these 3 guys that are way cooler than me. Let me tell you about these 3 guys that are. You know what this is like?
Ringo Starr telling a story about the rest of the Beatles.
This is like the show Entourage if it was told from the point of view of Turtle. Oh. We're wrong.
No, you're right.
Have fun, brah.
Imagine if the show Entourage was about Turtle.
This is this is Joe Rogan's fault. Joe Rogan's the one that told Brendan Schaub he should be doing stand-up. This is his fault.
Then the podcast started. I didn't say a single word in 3 hours. Not one word in 3 hours. Not one
And
word.
it was the greatest 3 hours those boys ever experienced in their life.
Weed, man.
You ever been so high before you forget what language you speak?
No,
I've
have
never been that high.
I've been
out
high.
of my mind on not only weed.
Yeah.
I've been out of my mind on drugs, and I still shockingly, Brendan, I speak English. It's very weird. I
Yeah,
might
I've-
not speak it well when I'm on drugs, but you still know what I'm saying.
What a terrible joke.
This is my material from 2007.
Danny Saint, this is Virgil telling NWO stories.
Oh my
So
God!
Perfect reference.
That's what it is.
Perfect reference.
I was so high. I was so high. My high.
How high were you?
Honestly, Brendan Schaub isn't even like the Vincent of the NWO, though. He's more like the Disciple.
this is bad.
Remember
dude.
Disciple?
Yes.
Which is like the 18th gimmick of Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
My brain's like, bro, add to the conversation. I'm like, in what language though? What is that? What is that? Is that French? Fuck, I don't speak French.
No, it wasn't French, though. It's not. This is.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not going into this purposely not
T.
laughing.
Buckley saying this is hack open mic. That's what I mean. This was me in 2007. Remember when I started comedy?
This
in
is
2007. This is my 2007.
This is you coming up with a new hour and working it. This doesn't feel like a. Am I right? Wrong? Doesn't feel like a finished
this
product.
is an open mic, or
Yeah.
this is at least a gig on the road where you go. All right, I'll do like 20 minutes of solid shit, but you gotta throw like 10 minutes in. That's why Louis does the road all the time. He's trying to work that
Right.
But like, this is just fucking horrible. This is not an album.
Stay quiet, man. I'm just gonna stay quiet. This isn't good, man. The podcast finally wraps. My high brain goes, oh shit, that did not go well, my man. Don't let your buddies know how fucked up you are. Just do a cool exit and get the hell out the building. Oh, I know. I've been watching a bunch of Game of Thrones lately. Yeah. So Joey, Eddie, and Rogan go, hey man, you sure you're good? I went, "Pff, am I ever? Me lords.
No. Don't. Let that sit. No, just let it. Let it cook.
But then what was
the reference that he was referencing from Game of Thrones? What does it have to do with making an exit? In the
Weed, man.
I want to make an announcement here from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna quit weed. I don't want to smoke weed anymore.
No,
I don't want to do YouTube anymore either, though, because I don't want to do anything that Brendan Schaub does. So I am not going to do any more YouTube shows.
Steroids?
I'm not going to smoke any marijuana. Yeah, I'm going to quit steroids.
Okay, good.
No more steroids. Well, prednisone.
All right, that's
I
fine.
can't breathe good. And then I'm never going to get dumped by Ronda Rousey. So there's, those.
That's a lot of things. Are you going to be the fill-in host whenever Joe Rogan needs to just talk and needs a warm body in the chair? Because that's what he is. He's the warm body. Whenever Rogan's like, I kind of want to talk about me, but I don't want a cool guest on. I want to make sure that it's about me, so I'm going to put a hot body in the chair. And it's him, and who's the other one?
Eddie Bravo.
There's one more, though. Brian
Callen.
Yeah.
Brian Callen.
There it is.
I know, yeah. Brian
so those are
Callen.
the people he has sit in.
Brian Callen is another one that's like literally human water.
Yeah.
He's a human glass of water.
Yeah.
There's nothing offensive about it. It's not.
Oh, and Brian Redband, too.
I don't hate Brian Callen. He's kind of funny. You know what I mean? But he's
I don't hate him.
He's like a glass of water.
Yeah, he's just there.
It's, you go, I needed that, but there's no reward for
no
it.
substance.
There's nothing. Yeah, you're like, well, there's water.
At least I'm not thirsty. That's what Brian Callen is. Brian Callen is, at least I'm not thirsty.
You know what he is? I just figured it out. Brian Callen is like Pepsi at a restaurant. Nobody wants it there.
But you'll have it if that's all they have.
But it's so unoffensive that you're not going to get angry.
It's not RC Cola.
It's just exactly. He's Pepsi at a restaurant or a bar where you go, yeah, can I get a Coke? And they're like, we have Pepsi. And you're like, yeah, I guess whatever. Just bring black liquid that has carbonation.
I get in my car, might as well have been the Starship Enterprise. I'm like, whoa, okay. I was messing with my AC unit for 30 minutes. I'm like, no, that's not it. It's not it. It's not it, man. Finally, I get started. Found myself going down that 405 highway, 17 miles.
Imagine doing pot stories in 2019.
On Showtime. This was a Showtime special.
Pot stories, dude. I couldn't, bro. I was driving, dude. I was like, man, am I speeding? But then I looked at my speedometer and I'm doing like 10 miles an hour. Is he going to do that old gag?
Just everything.
Miles an hour, happy as shit. And I went through stages. The next stage, I got super paranoid. I stare at my mirrors every 3 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now, man? What am I doing? What am I doing? I thought there was a
There's no jokes here.
No, there's not. Again, he's just talking. This isn't, and you're not even like, no, but you know what? That's unfair because there's some comics that could go up there and are very funny and tell good stories. You know what I mean? Like, Norm Macdonald. If you ever watched Norm Macdonald's like show, like the YouTube one, that's a guy who'll just sit there and he could talk for an hour and be really funny and tell you good. One of my favorite episodes of the Norm show was when Norm was on with Super Dave. Before that, just those two people talk. Like, he's not even telling an interesting story. I had a cousin that was a pothead and told these stories that was really never funny to me.
My backseat, I'm all, be cool. We were fucking cool, man. God.
There were werewolves in his
next
car.
day-
'Cause
By
you
the
know,
way-
dude, we got to address this.
Why is he dressed like a fucking Persian nightclub owner? Look at him. Tight little pants.
He's dressed like if Pete Davidson was going to a wedding.
Okay, that's good. He's dressed like when your aunt picks you up from school.
Why does all right, well, you know how like when you smoke weed sometimes and you drive and then there's werewolves in your car?
That's never happened to me. It's never happened to me. In my life, I've ever been werewolves.
He's telling a weed story from the perspective of a man who's never smoked weed.
Brendan Schaub is dressed like an alternate in a bowling team.
Stage that kicked in is what the kids refer to as the munchies.
Brendan Schaub dresses like the fucking 40-year-old guy that still like fucking sells pot and fucks high school girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
You want to come over? I got PS4. It's pretty dope. PS4 and Xbox. Pretty dope.
But he still uses his parents' Netflix account. This is good because what we're going to play next here is them roasting people.
Brendan Schaub looks like a guy who still lives with his parents in his 30s, and every Sunday you can see him washing his car in the driveway.
You're right.
And you're just like, bro, why'd you put that much pride into your account balance? Get up out of your parents' house.
Brandon Schaub looks like someone who dry cleans their jeans.
I know. I've known
know what I
people
mean?
like that.
They have creases in 'em?
I've known people like that. It's enraged. Anybody who dry cleans jeans should be fucking shot. They should have to go in front of a firing squad.
Oh, fuck.
Somebody said, Netflix TV said, Schaub is definitely a militant bisexual. He's that clingy, annoying friend in the group that does everything he doesn't like just to tag along. No, man, it's cool. I love rock climbing. I do it all the time.
Brandon Schaub looks like he has 2 barbed wire tattoos.
No, Brendan Schaub looks like he has a tribal barbed wire tattoo.
Yes, you're right.
Like a tribal, but with fucking barbs. He couldn't decide.
Brandon Schaub's the guy that shows up to the high school party with 4 locos.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub looks like a guy who buys beer for teenagers.
Yeah. No, Brandon Schaub looks like a guy who sells beer to teenagers. All right, but I'm keeping 20.
Brendan Schaub looks like a guy who's on a sex offender registry, but is low offending enough that he'll probably get off at some point.
Right.
Brendan Schaub looks like a guy they're just about to take off a sex offender registry.
Yeah, exactly.
He was 19, she was 17, you know, like a whole thing. Fuck.
Brendan Schaub dresses like an extra from the Beat It video.
Brendan Schaub is dressed like a guy who bugs you every weekend about having a booth at amphitheater. You know, I got a good booth, dude. Good bottle service, bro. Good
You're
bottle,
right.
get you in.
You're right.
We only got 2 tables left tonight. It's Friday.
Brendan Schaub is somebody who has a can of Axe body spray in his glove compartment just in case. Just in case.
Yes. That's really funny. Oh fuck.
Hey, you know what, Mike? This is good. Since this is, we could compare.
Brendan Schaub looks like a guy who's constantly asking you, "Hey, you know anybody that needs a stereo installed in their car or anything like that?" I'm really good. I got all the tools.
Jesus Christ.
He really is just a fucking goof. I wish I had his hairline, though. I'll admit.
Yeah, no, he has good hair.
There's one thing I'm jealous of. It's his hair.
Yeah, good for. He means he took when he did his steroids, he took Propecia with it. That's all. No, that's what that means. But he got busted, I believe, in MMA. He got popped a couple times
You
for
can
steroids.
do that, though?
Yeah, you could take if you take like Propecia, and there's or Finisted, I believe. If you take those while you do steroids, you won't lose. It kind of counterbalances, and you won't lose your hair. But yeah, that's really the only way to do it. But that was a good, roasting. So why don't we watch Brendan Schaub and Theo Von?
The King and the Sting, baby.
Yeah,
this show,
the
by the
Bing and the
way,
Bong.
is just. And then he does the Fighter and the Kid. Is that one with Brian Callen?
That's the one, Brian Callen, I
Jesus
believe.
Christ, I
Yes,
can't keep
it's
up.
too many. This is them. They're roasting each other. This is Theo Von and Brendan Schaub's funniest roast, and this is great because we kind of just did
So
that.
I'm curious.
Let's
Is
compare.
this done from Rogan's studio?
No, I believe this is Theo has his own studio.
That's so dumb.
I'm almost
Why
positive.
wouldn't Rogan use?
Rent out his studio.
Yeah, because he's got it there.
It's just there. I don't
know what it is though, because he's a billionaire and he probably doesn't want people touching his stuff.
That's not even that, but Rogan's studio also is his gym. He also has a salt tank in there.
He's
So
probably
that's his
just there all
that's
the
his
time.
like man cave.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody there.
He chills there all the time. Like that's his home away from home. All right, so
you mean that Rogan built a studio that like is perfectly tailored to his lifestyle?
Yeah.
And isn't some kind of albatross around his neck on like compound? It's
Right,
pretty smart.
right.
Oh, he
And-
bought it. That must have been It must be nice to own the building. That's probably a great investment. You know, even if the show flops, you have the building.
And Joe Rogan also does his show in his own studio, unlike Jim Norton, who does it in Bob Kelly's. So,
well, it's okay. He also does it as somebody else.
Oh, that's right. Right. It's got to be terrible that you're more famous for being a character. It's like we did the Pat Morita thing. Like Pat Morita was actually spoke English very well, funny guy, but he'll always be remembered as Mr. Miyagi. That's what Chip Chipperson is. He's Jim Norton's Mr. Miyagi.
And that's the thing, dude. Is Norton? That Chip show is starting to plateau. It's starting to go down because everybody's like, oh, "Fuck, he does this the whole time."
Oh yeah, and then people go, "He does better than you." I'd hope so. He's been in radio for fucking forever.
Yeah, 20 years. I hope
he was
can
on
show
Jay
something.
Leno. I would hope he's more than
something
us.
to show for it. Yes.
Yeah.
He's been doing syndicated terrestrial radio since I was in high school. Yes, I'd hope he has something to show for it. I hope he's bigger than I am. I love when people do, like he said, oh, yeah, he's bigger than you are. Yeah, well, he's older than me and had a 20-year head start and worked for CBS. What do you want?
This is, Theo Von and Brendan Schaub, funniest roast. So this is them roasting each other.
I heard you also wearing a large from Disneyland.
Bro,
a children's large.
Bro, you look like a college kid. I mean, you got blue one that was given to you. You got a purple fucking skinny sweats on.
These are plum.
Those are
first of
purple,
all.
bro.
These aren't purple, dude. These are
You look like you're transitioning and ran out of money.
Dude, whatever.
You look like a Russian spy who's transitioning, but they don't know exactly.
You already did the transition, Joe. You don't build on that.
He's not good.
You don't build on that.
I mean, Theo's not great either, but
Theo's. I think he's better than
he's competent.
Yeah. I think he's better than Brendan for sure.
How it works in fucking America, so they give us this.
Dude, no doubt you look like every gay dude that's about to teach a dance lesson on television. That's exactly what you look like right now.
I'll take that.
Every guy on a dance show.
Honestly, there's a lot of people in here. You saw what we just did in the last segment to Brendan. Is this better? Because if it is, I want to apologize.
They all wear exactly that, dude.
I'll take it,
and you
bro.
got that blood gold watch, dude. How many brothers, how many black men, and probably black children
There's no
had
such
to
thing
die
as
so you
blood
could have
gold.
that watch?
There's no such thing as blood gold.
Blood diamond. It's blood diamond.
They don't even. Oh my god, guys!
Get better references, guys. Come on, man. We'll help you out.
Why do you have a stack of fucking emergency and coasters?
Yeah, just in case. He's
To
very
protect us
OCD.
from the AIDS that this show will give you.
Yeah.
Oh no, man. I don't know, bro.
Very
blood
sad.
diamonds, bro.
Dude,
Blood diamonds.
if you put it up to my ear, I bet I can hear the Mayflower coming over with a bunch of straight up.
Dude, damn, bro.
I'm just
You
saying,
going
dude.
you going that direction?
I wouldn't wear that kind of stuff, man.
No, it's
You
not.
know?
It's not for you, bro. It's not for your kind.
Yeah.
Then that's being cool. That's being cool.
Okay. Wow, can't slip one by this fucking
Tell you
cavalier
what,
cat.
you gotta let the audience know, bro.
Oh, they've been
Not
knowing,
everyone,
dude.
and I gotta let you know.
They have zero chemistry, right? I mean, they have. And I'm not saying they don't like each other. They probably
No,
you
yeah,
can
that's
get
right.
along with somebody and still have no chemistry with them. These two have no chemistry together.
Brendan Schaub dresses like he's upside down on a lease for a Corvette. Right? You know what I mean?
that haircut doesn't exactly scream. I got a degree, bro. You know
Let
what
me
I'm
see your
saying?
hair right now.
And by the way, Theo Von's haircut's one of those like, dude, I don't even care. It's like one of those, I don't even care, bro. Haircuts. Jeez. It's one of those where it's something where you would do that for like a bit, maybe one show, but like, nah, man, this is my life. I don't even care what people think, dude.
Theo Von, in this clip, Theo Von looks like a guy who got a high school girl pregnant. And Brendan Schaub looks like a guy who sells debt settlement services.
You're right. Dude, I could fix your credit score
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, 100-point jump right away. Right away. I just need $700 from you. If I had fucking $700, I'd have better credit.
He looks like a door-to-door life insurance salesman.
He looks like a door-to-door pot salesman.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, my car broke down. I need some money, but I got weed. You want to
Yeah.
buy some weed for me?
Yeah, Brendan Schaub looks like his dream is to finally own that big dispensary.
What's up, bro?
Whoa.
What's up, bro?
Oh my God! I'll have a second scoop of yams, please.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Mrs.
bro.
Schaub.
Brendan Schaub's dressed like, he looks like one of those Puerto Ricans that pretends to have a flat tire. When you pull over to help him, he robs you.
You're right.
And I can't believe Theo Von has that hair on purpose.
Brendan Schaub is a guy who owns 2 cell phones.
And why does Theo Von have Ricky Morton's haircut?
I don't
like
know.
it.
You mean it grows in all white trashy like that on its own?
All fucking Rock and Roll Express over here.
Right.
Does that make Brendan Schaub the Robert Gibson?
Yeah, seriously. These guys look like they should come out with Jim Cornette. You're right.
Okay, definitely. That is cafeteria grade hair right there.
Cafeteria lady haircut.
That
All right.
Piccadilly, bro. Go.
Oh, it's
touch
cool.
me.
It's cool you wore your fucking.
Dude, why do all the Los Angeles comics dress like this? Right? They all imitate one guy, but I don't know who it is. It's not Rogan, because to Rogan's credit, Rogan is very much a guy who does not give a shit what's on his body.
Nah,
and
he
God
just wears
bless
his
him.
free t-shirts.
And God bless him, because that's like, honestly, like if I had Rogan's money, you wouldn't see me like, yo, check out my watches and my suits. I'd probably have an Onnit shirt on every day of a different copy. Like, I don't know, we have an entire warehouse just for shirts. I just wear the fucking shirts of the shit. But like him, and I gotta say, I love the guy, but I'm gonna knock him here. But Sam Tripoli's another one. There are these guys that are like 30-something, 40-something years old, and they are dressed like white pot dealers, and it's unbecoming to me. It's just, I don't know.
Brendan Schaub looks like he's part of the date rape frat at every college.
Exactly. But these guys are all sneakerheads.
Yeah.
They're all hipsters. Tony Hinchcliffe's another one. But like even Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't wear like wig or shit. Like these guys are all trying to be like, yo, look at how fucking in style I am. You're a stand-up comedian in LA.
I wouldn't call him that.
But in general, I'm not talking
And
to
most
him.
stand-up comedians don't have cauliflower ear.
I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to every member of the Death Squad. You're a stand-up comedian in LA. Stop trying to be cool with your hoodies and your sneakers, bro. Like, you're fucking stop.
Marcos Ray, $5. Brendan looks like he sells perfume at mall kiosks. Yes,
Exactly.
that's good.
Or cell phone cases.
That's very, very good.
Overall, what the fuck? What is this?
What is what?
it? I'm glad you wore your long johns into the
These aren't
studio
long,
today.
dude. These are 100% cotton.
Yeah, that's what long johns are, bro.
Why
Yeah,
is Theo
well,
Von
these
dressed
are-
like
Thank you for
fucking Huckleberry Finn?
Seriously. Theo Von's dressed like he's part of the Canadian bobsled team.
Dressing up today.
This isn't, artificial stuff. This is 100% cotton, dude.
I swear
Whatever,
to God,
bro.
this is so awkward. I'd rather see Theo Von. This is less awkward than if Theo Von did a show with Tom Segura. So what's up, man? Like, I fucked your wife, dude. Like, what's that about? You're all mad because I used to fuck your wife. And now you're like super pissed off about it. What's up, Tom? And then Tom's like, I'm a fat guy. I'm so funny.
You nailed it.
That's pretty much what they do. Yeah. Did you see the clips of that, by the way?
No.
Have you seen the Theo Von, Theogate?
No.
So, this is a rabbit hole.
So what is it? What happened with Theo?
So Theo Von and Christina P were both on like Real World and Road Rules around the same time in the 90s. And there's this weird vibe where Tom Segura and Christina P will not acknowledge Theo Von's existence on any level, even when he gets brought up. They just won't acknowledge it. So the rumor is that Tom Segura hates him because he used to fuck Christina P back in the day. And there's now people are digging through old Road Rules, Real World clips and finding, like, the reunion shows where they get together and get interviewed, like they're flirting and holding hands and shit. Like, so yeah, pretty much Theo Von. The theory is that Theo Von plowed the shit out of Christina P back in the 90s, back when she was a little more of a piece of ace.
And that's okay.
So they had what's his face? Yeah, it might be a work. People are saying it was a work. I don't think it's a work though. None of these people are that smart. I just put it that way. None of these people are that smart. But H3 guy, Ethan, the Jewy guy, he was on their podcast with Tom and Christina's podcast. And they literally, like, he brought up Theo and he goes, he was like, yeah, Theo thinks you, like, hate him or something. Like, no, that's right. Brendan Schaub brought it up. And they were, like, all awkward. And then they had Ethan Klein on, and Ethan Klein goes, what's the beef with you and Theo Von? Like, there's some kind of beef there. And then they just cut out a bunch of the show, and then it's just them laughing.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's a bit or not, but they
Maybe
might
it's a
be
bit.
playing it up. But there is definitely enough evidence that Theo Von used to plow fucking Tom Segura's wife, and that he's not. And again, it's not a bit because I think they kind of caught on to people whispering about it. So they did that part as a bit because they wanted to kind of get people to like interested in the show. But I don't think the him hating Theo Von thing is a bit. I think they really, because when they brought it up on the Bobby Lee, the other Asian guy, one of the only guys on that fucking in that little circle of people that I adore. I love Bobby Lee. He's a nut. He asked Christina P about Theo Von, and her mood soured for the rest of the show. It was very weird. So something happened. He plowed Tom Segura's wife.
You look like a backup dancer for Beyonce or some shit right now. Like you're going
They're really bad at burns, man. Like they're really, really bad at them.
through rehearsal or some shit. Do we have rehearsal today?
You look like a.
You look like rehearsal for Nickelback, even though they don't have dancers.
You know a joke's good when you have to say, even though they don't have to.
You know what?
His joke structure's really not good.
You know what you look like? You look like Brendan. You look like an American Eagle Outfitters threw up on Louis J. Gomez. See, now that's funny. See, what I did was funny.
That's very funny.
See, what I did was funny. It really does. If Louis J. Gomez dressed from like Aeropostale instead, it was like, yeah, bro, I don't fucking do MMA. It's fucking stupid.
Bro, you look basically. You're like a fat guy, dude. That's shaped well.
That
You're not
doesn't
even
work.
really strong.
That doesn't even work, dude.
Yeah,
that
you're like-
doesn't work. You look like Jared Leto's side piece.
Dude, whatever.
Like he dressed you this morning. I was like, put the fucking pajamas back on.
You're not even
so I can
strong.
suck your dick when I want.
What?
You have another bite? Oh, you do. I see it from here. Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Look like
You
an
I was
English
joking.
bulldog.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yang Gang US, I have to read this as a minute. Theo looks like he's about to explain the benefits of the 12-step program.
That's very good.
He really does. You know what's funny? I was looking at him earlier and I was trying to think of a joke, but you did it way better. Like I was trying to think of a recovery center guy because Theo Von does have that look to him. Hey man, look, there's a whole life after alcohol and drugs, and you're like, yeah, I know, but it's a terrible life, and it sounds horrible and boring.
You do. Sir, I looked over here like this.
You look like a fucking.
You look like Bubba Gump. You look like Bubba Gump if you got Sammy Sosa's logo.
Bubba Gump was
a black guy.
Bubba Gump was the name of the fish company that they started. Bubba was the guy. Gump is Forrest Gump. He's saying he looks like a restaurant, Mike.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude. Bro, you look horrible.
These fake laughs and stuff.
Dude, you look like like you got like you bought discount T-shirts or something.
This guy, these fake laughs and these little podcasts and has given this guy a false sense of security. You know what I mean?
You know what these two actually
A
remind me
false
of?
sense of thinking he's a funny guy. He's not a funny guy. It's just he's surrounded by people that are comics, so he thinks he's one.
You know what it is too? Like it's like you know what these two remind me of is remember the two brothers from SNL? It was Chris Parnell and Jimmy Fallon. And they would have like the mustaches.
Oh yeah.
And they were just all their jokes were terrible and all they had was each other to bounce off of.
But yeah, I agree with the chat. Joe Rogan has given Brendan Schaub a false sense of being funny. Like, you have lied to this man. He has delusions of grandeur. Exactly, random name. He thinks he's something he's not. You're not a funny guy. You weren't here. Look, I got a good. What Brendan Schaub looks like. You ready? Brendan Schaub looks like somebody who failed at MMA and is now currently failing at comedy. Is that a good one? Is that a funny one?
That was actually my what I said on Twitter. I was like, wow, Brendan Schaub is to comedy what Brendan Schaub was to MMA.
Somebody actually, I saw a pretty good meme of Brendan Schaub standing in the UFC ring and then doing stand-up, and he goes, which stand-up was worse? It was fucking mean.
Oof.
I look horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like a community college mascot.
Community college. Enunciate, you punch-drunk idiot.
Dude, you look like a child, bro.
I look like a child?
Yeah.
What
Do you look like, hey, Mike, imagine if we were roasting each other and I ended everything with bro. Would you be like, bro, you're roasting me, bro? Bro. Hey, Mike, you look like a stupid bird, you bro.
There are really good ones coming in. I'm going to read a few of these.
Sure,
just 'cause
go for it. I would love them.
I want to read
Our
this
fans
shit.
are funnier
Jackie
than them.
Rose for 1999 said, haven't supported my handsome boys in a week or so. I'm a terrible sugar mama. Forgive me. You're always forgiving. Thank
By the
you,
way,
Jack.
Jackie Rose sent a picture of her wearing the shirt. First off, she's fine, but you ruin the shirt when you cut it down the middle.
Cut it and then you ruin the shirt.
You ruin the shirt.
And also, I don't know if it's the shirt that looks good or if it's you that's making the shirt look
I
good.
think it's her.
So you have to send me a picture without the shirt
Without
on,
the shirt.
So that
That's the only way
and
we
then
know.
Then I can judge.
And then we'll know. Hey,
and then-
you think it worked?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's worth a shot.
Goddamn,
all right.
good
It's
try.
good.
Good
It's
try.
a pretty good one.
Let
All
me
right,
know,
so
let me know, okay.
bad attitude for 5. This is really funny.
Okay.
Theo looks like he's about to explain how NASCAR is really a sport. Hey, man, it takes a lot of, you got to learn how to drive the car, man.
Rex Filipino Shay. These guys look like they got raped in a buckle store, and from that day forward, they dress like their surroundings they got raped in. I already read the Brendan looks like he sells perfume at a mall kiosk. These guys are great. Kane says, honest opinion, Schaub isn't funny because he's too well-to-do. You have to be more of an antisocial degenerate to actually be funny. Not necessarily. I think Jim Gaffigan's funny, and he's not. Brian Regan's not, and he's funny. He's just not funny. I guess we're done with them, right? Let me finish these.
Base Cringe said, Brendan should sue Joe for humiliating him. I like that.
Agreed, 100%.